morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday morning to you. How you doing? My name is Brother Brian K. McNeill. I am half of the Empowerment Duo. The pretty side of the Empowerment Duo is not going to join us today. She's got an eye ache. And if you've ever had an eye ache before, you know they are no fun. If you've ever had an eye ache, such a vulnerable place in your body, an eye ache. So this morning we were at urgent care to get her eye owie taken care of. So she's going to go back to bed to rest that pretty eye on her pretty head. She did look like a fly girl this morning, just so you know. It's so interesting. I do have a topic for today. Um, I love Facebook memories. And today on my Facebook memories, it has something I listed a year ago, 21 skills that pay you forever. 21 skills that pay you forever. And according to this source here, the number one skill that pays you forever is the ability to sell and negotiate. That will pay you forever. But as I was going through the list, number 7 on the list I thought was particularly interesting. Good morning, Uzamara. So the 21 skills that will pay you forever, number 1 was the ability to sell. Number 2 is the ability to convey what you think and feel. That's the ability to communicate. Number 3 is the ability to break a process down into smaller steps. Okay, project management. Number 4, ability to shut up, listen, and learn from others. Listening skills. Number 5, ability to adapt, improvise, and overcome obstacles. Number 6, ability to read, understand, and memorize. So number 7, that's what I'm going to lift up. The ability to walk away. Now, all of those make sense knee jerk until we got to the ability to walk away. Why is the ability to walk away listed in the 21 skills that pay you forever? I want to talk about that with you. Also, I want to find out, how was your weekend? I'm hoping you had a great weekend. Tell us about it right here, and we'll be right back.
Good morning, my name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Like.
My pretty wife is actually in the room, but she's got, glasses and shades over right now. I don't know if she wants to appear on camera or not, but she's not going to be able to sit here long. But anyway, I just asked her, why do you think the ability to walk away is listed as one of the skills that will pay you forever? Does anybody else have a thought on that? Why is the ability to walk away such an essential skill and keeping a person profitable? Uzama Ra is in the house. Miss Phyllis George is in the house. How was your weekend? My weekend was all right. It would have been better if the Giants had won. But I was happy that the Chicago Bears beat the Cowgirls, stomped them out, boy. That was fun. Seeing Dallas getting dragged up and down the field by Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears, 31 to 13, I think, something like that. So that was fun. But with Giants losing, I thought the Giants would win, actually, against Kansas City. Kansas City is perennially one of the best teams in the league. But they hadn't won a game all season, and neither had we. Oh, my God, they jacked us on the schedule. The Giants have not won a game yet. And next week, we got the San Diego Chargers, who hasn't lost a game. We're 0-3, they're 3-0, and they're leading their division in a lot of categories. So that's who we got to play next. Isn't that great? Isn't that exciting? We might end up 0-4. Ugh. It's not exciting. I don't like it. How was your weekend? So again, today I'm lifting up the 21 skills that will pay you forever. And according to this source here, number 1 was the ability to sell. Number 2 is the ability to convey what you think and feel. Number 3 is the ability to break a process into smaller steps. Number 4 is the ability to shut up, listen, and learn. Number 5 is the ability to adapt. Number 6 is the ability to read, understand, and memorize. And number 7, that's what I want to talk about. the ability to walk away. I asked my pretty wife, why does she think that's on this list? And she said, sometimes, man, if you stay too long, that costs you. If you stay too long, isn't that interesting? If you stay too long, and I'm thinking she's right. Sometimes if you stay on a job too long, that can end up being detrimental to your income and your physical well-being or whatever. Sometimes if you, oh, I hate to almost say it, stay in a relationship too long. Oh, I almost don't want to say it. But sometimes if you stay in a relationship too long, you block the space that's needed for the right person to fit, for the right person to be there, because you're crowded and full with the wrong person. Oh, that sounds so harsh, doesn't it? Ugh, I'm sorry that's the case, but sometimes when we stay stuff too long, sometimes we stick around in the face of disrespect because we don't have the ability to walk away. I told a funny story about my first wife. She had a job as a manager of a store, a dress barn store, and it was on a Saturday. And she was in the store Saturday afternoon, and her district manager, can I have a paper towel or something? Her district manager called her and said some disrespectful things to her, or napkin, disrespectful things to her on the phone. And she was one of these people that don't tolerate disrespect. In any case, she don't tolerate disrespect. So she was working her job. Her district manager called her job and spoke to her in a disrespectful way. And you know what she did? She closed the store that day and quit the company that day too on a Saturday. You know what? This store is closed today. All of y'all get out. Lock the doors and everything. Some people you don't play with. Some people you just don't play with. They don't tolerate that kind of stuff. Maybe you know somebody like that. Those people that you just don't get away with saying any kind of thing. I was telling my daughter, my second oldest daughter, her name is Kayla. I call her Kayla a lot. She's one of these people who don't really argue. She just go right to the fight. I had a buddy like that when I was in the military. His name was Vinay. Him and I, we were really good friends. Vinay was another guy who did not argue. Vinay, this is the extent of Vinay's argument. If you come to Vinay, you just doing such and such, I don't like it. Here's how Vinay will argue. What? And he punch you in the face right away. Right away. What? Right away, he would punch somebody in the face. They came in any kind of way. He'd ask questions later. He'd let you explain your position later. But he was going to punch you in the face. Why does that tickle me so much today? Those kind of people who don't argue. Those kind of people that don't need none of that stuff. Those kind of people that don't tolerate. Because the ability to walk away, the ability to end the argument right away is a skill. Is a skill. The ability to end that thing. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. I'm going to either walk away. I'm going to handle it now. What say you? What say you? How was your weekend? Did you do anything cool this weekend? We went to church this weekend. We went out to eat this weekend. My wife, my mother, and I. Actually, no, we didn't go out to eat. We were going to go out to eat, but then darling Lisa decided, you know what? I can make those things that we're saying we want to go eat. First thing she cooked for us was on Saturday. She made us a meatloaf. It was one of those meatloafs, because you say it twice is real. Her meatloaf was meatloafing. It was a meatloaf. That's what we had. So good. I had the last bit of it today on a sandwich. I know it's more fun when Lisa's here, right? It's more fun when Lisa's here. But she ain't here today, so I'm gonna carry on. I'm gonna carry on like Major Payne. The ability to walk away, Usama. Do you think that's a skill? The ability to walk away, Miss Phyllis. Has it ever shown up in your life? Walk away from that thing. Walk away. Sometimes we'll try stuff and it ain't happening. And then other people think or a lot of people think, and maybe me too, persistence is a virtue, sticking with something. And sometimes we get to the place where this horse is not going to be revived. This horse is dead, and there's no use beating it anymore. The horse is dead. What's the use? You can breathe life in it or not. If I gave you, Miss Phyllis, if I gave you a Tower Records and CD store in Midtown Manhattan, would you want it? Okay, the whole business. You get the whole business plan, but you sell CDs and cassettes out of it. Cassettes and CDs and some records. You sell those out of the store at a good location. Would you want that store? No, because music is free. You don't pay for music anymore. It's free everywhere. Uzamarasa, stepping away from our usual patterns can be incredibly liberating. Interesting that Uzama put the word incredibly liberating in his definition. Stepping away from our usual patterns can be incredibly liberating. It almost begs me, Brother Uzama, to ask the next question. Why incredibly liberating? To do something, step away from our usual patterns. Are you talking about the usual patterns that we take to get somewhere, our normal routes to work, for example, or our normal routes or our normal stores that we go into? Breaking that kind of pattern, is that what you're talking about? Or talking about the way we earn or the way we invest, like Bitcoin or not? Is that what you mean? Incredibly liberating? I'm curious, bro. I'm curious. So today is the 22nd of September. Woo woo, this month has been flying by. I'm pulling up my phone because I'm going to look at the calendar by the month real quick here. Um, Today's the 4th. This month is interesting. This is the 4th Monday of September, but we have September 29th. This month has 5 Mondays in it and 5 Tuesdays in it. Isn't that exciting? Those of you people who love Mondays, you get 5 Mondays this month. Oh, wow. Because next month is the 29th. Isn't that, I mean, next week is the 29th. 5 Mondays. Isn't that exciting? I don't think so. But that's what we got. Today is Monday. Shout out Monday. How was your weekend? And Monday is also the most important day of your work week. Monday is the most important day of your work week because Monday sets the pace for your week. If you want to have a successful week, have a successful Monday. Are you guys still planning anything, dreaming anything, wanting to get anything done with your business, with your life this calendar year? You got the rest of September, October, November, December. You still got 3 months left, 3 months and a week left to make it happen. One day can make your week, and 1 week can make your whole month. This last week of the month can make your month. If your month hasn't been going the way you want it to go, this last week can make your month. I need to do that in a live today. One day can make your week, and 1 week can make your month. Because I preach that and teach that. Oh my gosh. This morning, sometimes when you're in bed, an inspiring thought comes to you. And this thought came to me this morning around 4:55 a.m. And I was thinking, do I need to get up and write it down? And I did. I got up and got to my phone and wrote it down. A thought that came to me. Uzamara says, pattern interrupts disrupt habitual behaviors and thought processes, allowing individuals to adopt new strategies and perspectives that can lead to increased creativity, productivity, and ultimately higher earnings. Man, that is some beautiful stuff, brothers. With the way that's some big brain thinking right there. And doesn't that make sense? When we break the pattern, that does free up our minds, our thinking. When you just break the pattern, to break the pattern of, oh my gosh, I'm reminded of a story. Tony Robbins, y'all know Tony Robbins. Good morning, Dr. Deborah. How you doing? How you doing? The ability to walk away. That's one of our lift up topics, one of the most important skills. But Uzama just inspired me to tell the story that Tony Robbins tells. because when he was younger in the business, he used to still do individual clients. He don't do individual clients, hadn't done in a long time. But he was still in the stage where he was taking individual clients. And this woman came to see him, and she gets into his office. She sits down and closes the door, and she goes, "Oh, Tony Robbins, my life is over." She's like blubbering and screaming and hollering, and he let it go on for like a few seconds or so. And then he yells at her, "Excuse me, I'm not ready yet." And he go fishes in the room. She shuts up. He fishes around his drawer. And then he says, "Okay, go ahead." Now she could no longer muster up that emotion that she had before because he had interrupted her pattern. She was accustomed to come in and just blubbering and hollering and screaming, and he yelled at her, threw her off her game. And then she was able to talk a whole lot more calmly because he yelled at her, "Excuse me, I'm not ready yet." Tony, also in that same, I was listening to that story on cassette, actually, Uzama. I said Uzama because Uzama's old enough to remember when we had cassette players in our cars. Dr. Deborah, too. Miss Phyllis, too. I had a cassette player in my car, too. So I was listening to that story on a cassette. And he also talks about the negative things that anybody ever say to you. If they say anything negative to you and you heard it and you can remember that negative thought, he was talking about listen to those negative thoughts again, but change the voice, like making a cartoon voice saying it. "You are terrible at doing such and such. You're terrible at doing such and such," just changing the pattern of it, or make it sound faster in your head or slow it down in your head. And after a while, it doesn't have any kind of sting. It's like a joke to you anymore. Good morning, Miss Susan Kennedy. How you doing? She says FM. I don't know what that means. Okay, but good morning anyway. Maybe she was getting ready to say GM because the F is right next to the G. Maybe that's what happens. I'm guessing. I'm being a sleuth. The pretty DrLisa, her and I were at the urgent care this morning when they opened up at 8 a.m. DrLisa has had an eye pain for a day or so, and the pain was getting acute. She took out her contact lenses, but the pain didn't go away. She had reddish eyes too, and this morning was painful. So she went on she did an online doctor's visit at 6:30 this morning, to talk it out. And they recommend that she go to urgent care when they open, be there. So we were the first patients there. We were there when they place opened. Okay, I was standing outside the door as they raised the blinds and unlocked the door, and we went in first. I called my baby, "Come on, baby, let's go." We went in first. There was no patients there but us. We're the first patient there at 8 a.m. when they opened up. 8:16, we're still in the waiting room. I'm like, there's no one here but us. There's nobody before us or after us. Why are we still here at 8:16? They opened for business. So then I smashed the glass, right? No, I didn't do none of that. I was still wondering, why are we waiting? There's no one here but us. So around 8:20, they brought us back. And she got seen. She got blood pressure checked and all that kind of stuff. And the doctor talked to her and they gave her a prescription for the eye. They numbed her eye. They put it later on the back and put some numbing agent in it. And it looks like she may have a scratch. And it can happen when you wear contact lenses and you're taking them in and out. Anybody can have that happen. And your nail could scratch your cornea a little bit. So it looks like she has a scratch. And that could happen inadvertently. Good morning, Miss Lena Hopkins. Lena, baby. Lena says, "Good morning, all. Hashtag weekly goal. I have a major grant I'm applying for. Woo, woo, woo. Celebrate my 54th birthday with me, Papi Chulo, tomorrow. And lastly, get Jacqueline Rosier her final drafts." Let me scroll up here. Her final drafts and grab the attention of a certain politician in Forsyth County. Hashtag Lego. Lego. What? She's got a good week ahead of her. And it's interesting when you can think of your week that way. I'm going to do this. I'm going to celebrate that. I'm going to finish that. Do this, celebrate that, finish that. That's exciting too. Lena, I'm getting another friend request from someone else. Lena Hopkins or something. Lena, they got your picture, but I didn't accept them. But there's someone else trying to ride your stuff and send me a friend request. I didn't accept that. Dr. Deborah Dunson says, interesting. She goes, I use that method sometimes in counseling, breaking or interrupting a pattern. I actually got trained and certified in NLP by Tony Robbins. I didn't know that, Dr. Deborah. Another skill she got back before he stopped doing small group coaching. NLP, neuro linguistic programming, psychology of how we use language, neuro, brain, linguistic language, programming, NLP. And it was really, really popular. NLP was really, really popular, I'm going to say in the early to mid 90s, maybe as late as the late 80s. But NLP and Dr. Deborah, because that's who she do. That's what she do. She acquires skills. Back then, Dr. Deborah decided to register for and take training from Tony Robbins and got certified in NLP. That's another amazing skill. I love this story, Dr. Deborah. Just imagining you deciding, younger Dr. Deborah deciding, you know what, I'm going to go get NLP trained and certified. I love that story of you. That's great. Thank you for sharing that. That's another skill she got. And she also does my prayers for Dr. Lisa. Dr. Lisa is laying down right now with I'm hoping she's laying down with a mask on, because very often when she lays down, she's on her cell phone, which is white screen in your face, which I don't like, or her what do you call it? Her tablet. So she often goes to sleep with her tablet on, and I have to turn it off every night. But her tablet be bright light right in her face. Lena Hopkins says, a fake ass Lena? I'm on it. Brian, thank you. I'm only under Lena Hopkins and Lena Janelle. Yeah, it was another one, a fake ass one. Okay, she's on it. Don't mess around with that. They ain't playing. But I don't know how to tell you, but everybody on Facebook gets cloned. Everybody gets copied, it seems like. She's also praying for Dr. Lisa, too. Yeah, she got an eye ache, an eye ouchie. And the doctor says it looked like she scratched her eye. So, and it normally can take a day or two to heal. She can't wear her contacts for a day or two or something like that. And Dr. Lisa doesn't like her glasses. I like her glasses. I think she looks cute in her glasses, but she don't like them. So she's going to be rocking her glasses. I think she looks fine. She goes, I know you think I look cute in my glasses, but I don't like them. Daddy. Okay. Dr. Beverly says, Grand Rising to my favorite, awesome, beautiful family. Grand Rising to you, Lady Thomas. Dr. Beverly. And it's interesting now. I ran off this list I came across. The 21 skills that will pay you forever. The 21 skills that will pay you forever. Number one was the ability to sell and negotiate. Number two, ability to convey what you think and feel, communication skills. Number three, ability to break a process down into smaller steps. To me, that's project management. Number four, ability to shut up, listen, and learn from others, listening skills. Number five, the ability to adapt, improvise, and overcome obstacles. That's the ability to think. Number six, the ability to read, understand, and memorize, comprehension. Number seven, ability to walk away. And that's where I landed this morning. Why is the ability to walk away considered one of the 21 skills that will pay you forever? Why do you think that is? Does anyone have an idea? Why is the ability to walk away a profitable skill? What say you? I really would love some input besides myself. We've already had Brother Uzama talk about it. Uzama earlier said, I'm going to go back. He goes, stepping away from our usual patterns can be, before that, he said, pattern interrupts. He was talking about pattern interrupts. And then we talked about that a little bit. So again, why do you guys, or do you believe that? Do you agree with that point, that the ability to walk away is a profitable skill? What say you? I really want your input on that. The ability to walk away, is it a profitable skill? Why is it a profitable skill? Why does this source here consider that one of the 21 skills that will pay you forever? What say you? I would like to involve more brains than my own. I would love to get your opinion on that. Anybody got a thought? Any got an opinion? Anyone got an opinion that they're willing to share? Lena, that fake ass Lena, I have been cloned before too. All of us on Facebook, or many of us on Facebook, have been cloned. But the one that's most interesting was this lady here in Charlotte. She reached out to me and says, Brian, there's some man out of Texas. He's got a lot of your pictures. His name is Golden something. And he's trying to get dates on Facebook with your pictures. And he's copying all your stuff. And she says, the only reason I knew it wasn't you because he tried to date her. So she knew that couldn't have been really me because I'm not going to do that. Okay. And turns out, she gave us the name. Turns out this dude he was trying to get women with my pictures, trying to get women with my stilo. He was trying to copy me like that. Oh, but we were able to, between her and my wife and I, because as soon as he saw me, I popped on his page and I said, yo, man, cut it out. He blocked me immediately. But then we reported him and we got that page shut down. But do I think that's the last time that page is going to come up again or another page where I get copied? I'm sure it'll happen again. I mean, he saw my pictures and says, this guy's got potential with the ladies. Women are going to look at this guy and look at all his pictures and here. He looks like he can score. So let me copy him. He didn't list himself as married, though. You know, he listed himself as single, but with all my pictures or a lot of my pictures and stuff. Can you believe that, Lena? Can you believe that, Dr. Deborah? Yes, he did. It pissed me off, but I mean, I can understand it, you know? I mean, who wouldn't want to get with a look like this? Dr. Deborah says sometimes we can get stuck in a rut that is not moving us forward. It's been said that if we keep doing what we've always done, we'll keep getting what we've always gotten. That's wow. If you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to keep getting what you've always got. And if you don't like what you currently have, you're going to have to do something different than what you have already done. Hmm. A rut. A rut. She mentioned that. I've heard it said that a rut is a cemetery plot with the sides kicked out of it. That's what it is. You're dying. You're just going to die there. A rut. You know, I had stayed too long one time at a job. I was the rock star at the company, top salesman, and they promoted some older white man above me, someone that I had trained. And he had horrible ideas about how salespeople should perform. And what happened was it created a dichotomy in the office. The sales force had recognized me as their manager for a long time, and I wouldn't do anything to this guy. His name was Taylor. Okay. But Taylor had a different idea. He wanted the sales force to listen to him. So the sales force, they were stuck between Brian and Taylor. Taylor's the actual boss, but Brian's the leader. So they wanted to fire me. And I didn't want to go because I had the nicest office. I had a big office. I was a sales manager. I had a nice office with nice furniture. I liked my building. I liked my sales force and all that stuff. So I didn't want to lose my stuff. Okay, but I stayed a little bit too long. And I will tell you when they finally said, look, Brian, we're moving locations and we don't want you to come with us. I packed up all my stuff. I was salty that day, but I felt so much better the next day. I was freed up, to quote Uzama. I was freed up. And the moment it seems like other companies in our industry found out that Brian wasn't there anymore, they wanted me. They snagged me up. I was snatched up in the marketplace quick. And I didn't know I was going to be the manager right away. And I thought I was just going to have to start from the bottom and all that stuff again. Please. These companies hit me up. Next thing you know, I'm managing another sales force. And it was like a matter of weeks and a better job. So I was staying there too long. I was blocking my blessing. I was keeping the better opportunity away by staying someplace too long. That's where I was. I was stuck in a rut, Dr. Deborah. It was a rut that I had built myself, but I was still stuck in it. Again, This is Monday. Monday is the most important day of your work week. Monday sets the pace for your week. If you desire to have a successful and profitable week, you need to have a great Monday. That's one thing. How was your Monday? But this thought of one of the most profitable skills is the ability to walk away. Thank you for those of you who have submitted an opinion. And I would like to ask for more opinions. Why is this a skill that's profitable? The ability to walk away. What does it take to walk away? What does it take? I imagine it takes some courage to walk away from the familiar and into the unfamiliar. Going back, people get accustomed to certain patterns, get accustomed to certain routes to work, get accustomed to certain stores that they go to. I always go to this store, I get gas from this station. The same old, same old. Some people take comfort in the same old patterns. That's their comfort zone. And a lot of people have said the comfort zone is dangerous. There's no growing in the comfort zone. There's only existing in the comfort zone. Susan Kennedy submits, it can make a big difference in your growth. It can make a big difference in your growth if you can walk away. If you can, thank you, Susan, for that submission. If you can walk away. It's now 9:31. Do I have glasses in here? I have glasses. Every day, we have chosen to come from this amazing book around 9:32 mark. Today in African American History. It's a book written by Mr. Michael A. Carson. And today is September the 22nd. Let's see what Michael Carson has for us today. Shall we? Shall we? Let's see. September the 22nd. Okay. Ooh, let's go 1950. 1950. Ralph Bunche. Y'all heard of Ralph Bunche? Hey, you heard of Ralph Bunche. Became the first African American to be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. I didn't know Ralph was the first one to get it, first black man to get it. For his peace efforts in the Middle East, Bunche served as a professor at Howard University, Undersecretary General of the United Nations, and a diplomat. In 1963, he was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by President John F. Kennedy. Bunche's home was placed on the National Register of Historical Places. Oh, wow, that's amazing. I didn't know Ralph Bunche was the first black man to get a Nobel Peace Prize. Did you know that? I'm going to do one more. 2017, not that long ago, 8 years ago, NASA dedicated a facility to honor hidden figure Katherine Johnson, known as the human computer. She was behind some of NASA's biggest advancements. Johnson, along with Dorothy Vaughan and Mary Jackson, shattered the segregational norms within the agency in the 1960s to push forward some of the country's greatest aerospace advancements. The Katherine G. Johnson Computational Research Facility is a state-of-the-art facility run by NASA's Langley Research Center. The building consolidates four of the organization's data centers as part of Langley's 20-year revitalization plan. Hidden Figure, Katherine Johnson. What an amazing story that was. If you've seen the movie Hidden Figures, what an amazing story that was. And now NASA has a facility on site in her honor, named after her. Wow. Mm. I like those two. Ralph Bunche being the first black man to get a Nobel Peace Prize. I didn't know he was a diplomat. I didn't know he was an undersecretary general. I didn't know those things. These kind of references make a difference. I like those. I like both of those stories today. Thinking about our history. Mm-mm-mm. I saw something this morning. I hope it's not true, but there's a bill being bandied about how every university has to have a Charlie Kirk memorial. You gotta be kidding me. I'm gonna let that go. I don't know if I want to go there. Dr. Deborah Dunstan says, those women are so inspiring. Way to go. Yeah, aren't they? I saw the movie Hidden Figures. I've only seen it once, but I was inspired too. And Catherine, she had to earn their confidence. And she did. You know, the astronauts didn't trust anything else but her. But the scene that made that movie for me, when the Karen Costner's character, you know, because she had to leave every day and she'd be gone for an hour or so every day. She goes, where do you go every day for over an hour? Where do you go? And she finally let it go on him. I have to go over a mile just to use the bathroom because there are no colored bathrooms in that building that she worked out of or nowhere near close. So whether it was raining, she had to go over a mile to let go some water. Oh my gosh. And then she has to survive all day long out of coffee that nobody else would drink out of because she was the only black woman there for a while. And she felt the oppression. Think about like trying to do your work and feeling the weight of being not welcomed by everyone else in there. And not just regular work, this is brain work too. So Kevin Costner's character eliminated that. The famous scene where he takes a crowbar and knocks down the whites only bathroom sign. So now there's no whites bathrooms, no black bathrooms, just bathrooms. A great scene in that movie. Susan Kennedy says, I have scratched my eye before and it is so painful. Yes, Dr. Lisa's not enjoying this. I'm telling you, is today the pain, I mean, it was acute for her. That's why we went to the urgent care. It was it was hurting her. You know, she went from dull pain to acute pain and red eyed and all that stuff. So we had to go to the doctor's office today. And she was cute though, Dr. Deborah. She was cute. I took a picture of her when she was standing at the counter. She hasn't seen it yet. I haven't told her yet. I might just post it. It shows her pretty legs in the picture. Has anybody ever, ladies, has anybody ever done that to you? Take a picture of you without you knowing that you looked particularly good in? I'm sure it has happened. I'm positive it's happened. It's 9:37. I'm looking forward to my day today. My first client appointment for me is at 10:30. So I'm gonna be out of here, you know, right on time today. But after 10:30, I have another client today at 1:30. I'm gonna give them both my very best efforts. But I look because every client you talk to, there's entrepreneur friends, hear me clearly. The single most profitable use of your time is actually talking to somebody. Nothing is more profitable than actually having direct communication with someone who is currently a client or can potentially become one. That's the single most profitable use of your minutes. And everything else should be geared towards getting more of those minutes. Should be spent in prospecting marketing efforts to get you in front of people until you got so many potential clients that you can't continue to prospect and market with the same fervor. But the percentage of your time should be spent in that. You know how you can tell when you're one of the best people is when other opportunities keep coming to you. People keep trying to steal you away from what you're doing. Dr. Deborah added, I knew she was a world class fundraiser. I knew she knew how to teach. I knew she knew how to preach. I knew she was a great friend, but I didn't know she was NLP certified. That's impressive to me. Susan Kennedy says, my body has decided that I need to get up at 6 a.m. every morning. And I'm getting so much done in the quiet. It is amazing. Isn't that interesting? Her body's decided that, but she's right. Before everything, before the rest of the world traditionally wakes up, she can get up and get more done. There's another famous person in history that had a similar thing. And she had a thing she called the 5:30 a.m. club. 5:30 a.m. club, and she was the only member of the club. Her name was Mary Kay Ash. She was a mother with children and a wife. And her husband was a traditional guy. You wanted her, you could do whatever you want with your business, but you still got to be a mother to those kids, and you still got to be a wife to me. So she had to handle her motherly duties and her wifely duties in addition to her building business. So she started the 5:30 a.m. club so she can get her work done in time so that she can be freed up to make his breakfast and get the kids off to school every day. The 5:30 a.m. club. When you have a will, when you have a reason to, the way you'll find the way. When you don't have a strong enough will or strong enough reason to, you can find an excuse. Oh, she found a way. She just started the 5:30 a.m. club. Some people do better in the morning. Some people do better late at night after everyone else has gone to bed. Everyone else has gone to bed. The house is still. I can move freely. I can sit at my desk. I'm not distracted. Some people do it better that way. Whatever it is that works for you. Susan Kennedy discovered that her body is ready for her to get up at 6 a.m. and ready for her to be more productive in the quiet of the morning. And she finds it amazing. Susan Kennedy also says, I used to be great at night, but now I'm a morning person. I can feel you. It's 9:41. Uh-oh. 9:42 is when we do our greeting songs. And I ain't got DrLisa here with me. I'm doing it again by myself. I do what I gotta do. Because those of you who want your song and need your song, I want to give it to you. Dr. Deborah submits, in my own nonprofit, Healing Lives Fellowship, I am a trauma counselor and life coach. But in my for profit, I equip other nonprofits. Say that thing. How often should you let the world know what you do? The answer is as often as you can. You don't want to be a secret agent. Dr. Deborah is going to have to keep sharing these words over and over and over again until you got to tell the world what you do until enough people know that everyone has to have you. That's called the tipping point. What happens is most entrepreneurs never reach the tipping point. They never get to the place where enough people has heard about them. So you have to keep putting it in the atmosphere. You got to keep putting it out. In my own nonprofit, Healing Lives Fellowship, I am a trauma counselor and life coach. That's in her own nonprofit. But in her for profit, I equip other nonprofits. That's what she does. She helps other nonprofits to become funding ready. She helps them to strategize as well. She helps them to get profitable and stay profitable. Susan Kennedy says, we can sing along with you. Susan Kennedy, I very much want you to sing along with me. I want as many of you that are willing to give me some energy. I mean, send it my way, send some energy my way, send some prayers my way, help a brother out. Singing along with me wherever you are will be helpful. So thank you, Susan, for suggesting it. Let's go from the top. On Monday morning, the first one in the room was Mr. Uzama Ra. He's got a jam, and it goes, Bitcoin King, he's the Bitcoin King, Uzama. Bitcoin King, he's the Bitcoin King, Uzama. What is he doing? He's singing to some other dude. Men don't do that. Well, we sing greeting songs to our consistent contributors. As a contributor, someone who puts stuff in the comment section that we can read, like Uzama Rock consistently does. He's earned over time, he's earned his greeting song, just like Miss Phyllis George has. She's got a greeting logo and it goes like this. Miss Phyllis is here. So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Good morning, Miss Phyllis. Up next is Dr. Deborah Dunstan. She's got a song too, and it goes, Dr. Deborah, nonprofit strategist and funding coach. That's Dr. Deborah's jam. Susan Kennedy's got one too, and it goes, Susan Kennedy, you're everything I've hoped for. You're everything I need. You are so beautiful to me. That's Susan Kennedy's jam right there. Lena Hopkins, she's got one too. And it goes, Lena Janelle, baby, we get high off her art, don't know how to behave. Ooh. Isn't that fun jam, Lena Janelle? I hope she was here. I hope she enjoyed it. Dr. Beverly has a logo too, and it goes, Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. Dr. Beverly, and good morning to You and the rest of your crew. Good morning to all of y'all. Is that it? I made it. I did all the songs today. Thank you very much. I made it through all the songs, man. Dr. Deborah says, okay, my mom is looking at me like I'm crazy. I have on my headset, but I am singing the songs out loud. Well, good morning to Dr. Deborah Dunstan's mom as well. Hey, I love all of these stories y'all tell me. Like someone else heard you sing along, or you sing them at your house, or dance along with them. I love all of those stories. I want to hear them all. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Susan King says you did them so well. I'm glad you did. You know why, Susan? I want to do them well because I think you're important. I want to do the songs good. I want you to enjoy your song as well. That's what I want. I want you to enjoy it. This goes to um, the things that matter, the things that make our life fun, that make our life meaningful. I think we should do a talk about what makes our life meaningful and fun and all of that. Susan Kennedy says, Dr. Deborah, I was singing out loud too, but nobody saw me. It doesn't matter if they saw you or not. There are health benefits to singing out loud too, man. Health benefits. And some of you guys that are smarter than me can name what those health benefits are. Something about producing or releasing, producing serotonin or releasing something. Okay, there's some cool words that a lot of people know that happens when you do sing out loud, especially if you have fun. We got time. I'm going to mention it. The three things you need to have every day in order to have a great life. The three things you need to have as much as you can. The three ingredients. Number one is to spend some time in thought or motivation or prayer. Spend some time thinking something on a higher level, praying about something, or meditating on something. Mental work. Spend some time on that. Number two is to make sure that you have a big belly laugh every day, some kind of big laugh, belly laugh, throw your head back, all that kind of stuff. You got a big laugh. I had me some big laughs already hanging with you guys today. A big laugh. You need at least one big laugh, and as many big laughs as you can get in a day, the better. Now there's room for the tee the ha 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 ha. That's cool too, but you want to have at least one big laugh every day. And the third ingredient is you want to allow your emotions to be moved to tears. Allow your emotions to be moved to tears. The tears can be for happiness or sadness, it doesn't matter, for beauty or ugly, whatever. But if you allow your emotions to be moved to tears, if you enjoy a big belly laugh and you spend some time in thought, prayer, or meditation, that's a great day. And you have enough of those days, you have a great life. Does that make sense? Amen. Um, Susan Kennedy says, I turn on Amazon Music and turn on the lyrics on certain radio stations and have fun singing. I do the same thing. Uzama Ross says, hope your eye feels better, Dr. Lisa. Thank you very much. We know prayer works. So those of you who are willing to pray for Dr. Lisa's eye, it doesn't look that bad, but it feels bad to her. It looks a little red, but she probably did just scratch it. That can happen when you're taking out contact lenses, putting them on. Anybody could do that. So that's probably what it is. But they numbed her eye this morning before right before we came on here. They put some drops in it that numbs her eyes, and they told her she can't wear contacts for a couple of days, I think. So, but she's upstairs now, and I'm hoping I'm gonna go check on her in just a moment. I'm hoping that she's resting her eye. I'm hoping that she put on her sleep mask and is not on her laptop or phone. That's what I'm hoping. I know Lisa, so likely that's what she's not doing. That likely she's trying to do something. Or she'll cover up one eye and try to work with the other eye. That's what she do. Those of you guys know Lisa, get on her case to rest that eye. Sometimes, your body will take rest from you. That's called a common cold when you've been tripping, when you're not giving yourself enough rest. Or sometimes it'll injure your knee to make your butt sit still. I believe that's true. If you run too much, if you don't rest enough, your body will take rest from you. I believe that to be true. So thank you, Zami. She says, hope her eye feels better. I will definitely convey to her those good words, those kind words that you guys have shared. Thank you for spending time with me. We'll have a replay tomorrow. On Wednesday, we'll be back live together, live Wednesday. This upcoming Thursday, DrLisa might do a show on her own live, so she can talk girl stuff without me here. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Again, this is my second cup of coffee. I got my client in 30 minutes. I'm looking forward to having a great day. I feel good. Thank you for spending time with me. I think this is going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day. Something about when you say that out loud or expect it, the Pygmalion effect. The Pygmalion effect is things and people turn out pretty close to what you expect. And it's got to be the real expectations. Like if you say out of your mouth, I think I'm going to win this, but in your heart, you feel I probably can't beat that person. The subconscious will go by the heart, no matter what you say. But you really believe what's in your heart. That's how it's gonna turn out. You guys have a beautiful day. Thank you for joining me very much. I appreciate your attention.